Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Eric. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Eric. I'm here on this channel. This is my new channel. So basically, what I'm doing here on this channel is about finances, saving methods, budgeting, travel, and just motivation. So basically, it's just kind of like a walk through life where basically we all have one life to live, and it's up to us to have the best of it and make the best of it as we can. And one of those ways of doing that is making sure we have our credit and finances in straight, as well as other things, so that way we can enjoy life fruits and everything like that. So one of the things I want to discuss today, with this being my first video and everything for YouTube on this channel, I want to discuss the 52 weeks money saving challenge. And the first one is what I want to discuss is I would say you got different 52-week challenges. Okay, so one of the ways is that I like to save is I like to put up change that comes out of my pocket at the end of the day. So I know there's various different challenges out there. Say for instance, there's the $5 challenge. I see a lot of people doing that and everything. There's a $10 challenge, the $20 challenge, and then there's also the challenge of $100, things like that, of that nature. But this right here is something that I find is very easy to do, any of these challenges. But the easiest challenge that I feel like for the beginner to actually do, I would consider doing like a $1 to $3 to $5 challenge, something that's manageable, that won't hurt the pockets, and something you won't really necessarily feel like your pockets have been empty once you make a donation to your bucket, whichever challenge that you're doing. So let's get this started with my ways of the way I do it. So with me personally is that I don't like having a lot of change in my pocket, like loose coins and stuff like that. So one of my challenges that I actually do is, that I've been doing for years, is I like to save all my change. So at the end of the day, or even throughout the day, if I go somewhere and I eat, or I go to a store and a bill get changed out and I get loose change like coins and stuff like that, whatever, what I like to do is I fill up my ashtray. And once my ashtray get filled, then that amount goes to my cup holders. Now I put all that change in my cup holders, which a couple of my cars now have my change holder, the cup holders are filled, and the ashtray is filled. And then at the end of the day, also when I come in the evening time and I'm through working or whatever, and I have loose change in my pocket, what I like to do is I just put it in a bucket that I have on my dresser. So basically, say for instance, one of the things you can do for a saving method of holding your change is, say for instance, you go to the store and you buy the Pringles chip cans, them tall, slim chip cans or whatever with potato chips. So once those are empty, don't throw the can away. Clean the can out, tape your top on it, make a split in it or whatever, and just use that container to go ahead and hold your change, whatever necessary change that you have at the end of the day. That's one of the things. But one of my other things that I actually done, now when it goes to my bills, there's another method I like to use too. I like to go to Home Depot and I purchase a 5-gallon paint bucket, which is what I do right here. Let me show you. So I don't know if you guys can see this right here. This is a Home Depot paint bucket. It's about $5, $3 to $5 at Home Depot, including the lid. So what I did basically here was I used this for one of my 52-week money saving challenges. And so the way I do this is, like I say, at the end of the day, I'm doing a single bills challenge, by the way, the single dollar bill challenge. But the way I'm doing that challenge is this: I'm dropping every single ones that I have at the end of the day. So if I have, my goal is $3 per day, which basically ends out to like $21 per week, 20 to $21 per week. So that being 52 weeks, you're looking at about like $1,040 if you do it correctly every week. But other than that, so what I like to do is, say I go throughout my day and I end up going to get something to eat at lunch. I stop at a store, maybe get some supplies or whatever that I need for my job or whatever. And whatever change that I get back from those particular places that I go, and I end up getting the money back, and there are single ones in there. What I do is I just put all my ones in my pocket. At the end of the day, when I get in at the end of the day, what I do is I go in, I count out how many ones I have. Now, if I have a bunch of them, say I have like over 5 or 10 single ones, my minimum that I like to drop is the $3 per day. So that way, I would, at the end of the week, I would drop my total of actually having the $21. You see what I'm saying? So you got the $21 at the end of the week. Now, say for instance, now there are some days that I go out and I don't spend no money and I don't get change back and everything. So what I do in that, for instance, what I do in that case right there is basically, this is what I do is at the end of the week, if I didn't make any drops throughout the end of the week into my bucket, what I end up doing is I just go ahead and I'll take a whole $20 bill and I'll go ahead and I'll just drop it into the bucket, and that will actually count for that week's total and everything like that. Because there is some days where I don't go anywhere and if I do go somewhere, I don't spend anything, but if I do go somewhere, I might not spend something and I might not get single ones back and everything. So it all helps and everything. But like I say, this is my third time actually doing this. So my first time I started this in 2018. A lot of people like to start their challenge on the actual New Year's. Me, I like to do mine on Thanksgiving because that's a day for being thankful. And so every Thanksgiving, this is something that I look forward to actually being thankful for, of the progress that I've done and things like that, and the accumulation of seeing what this will accumulate or whatever. But this is what you do. Like I said, you go to Home Depot or any lumber supply yard or whatever, get you a bucket, purchase you a lid. Now, my lid that I have on here these are paint bucket lids. So basically, once these lids go on, they don't come off. Only way you can get these off, it's a little tab you have to peel off because they're paint buckets. So basically, that keeps paint from coming out. So basically, by you having these permanent seals, not permanent seal, but a locking seal paint bucket lid, is that it keeps you from going in there throughout the month or week and throughout the year or whatever. So basically, what I end up doing is I put the lid on here, it's sealed tight, and only way to get this seal off is there's a tab on here. You have to peel it off all the way around, and then that allows you to open the lid off onto the actual bucket. But this is actually being opened already because this is my third time using this bucket. So like I said, I'm going to show you right here. What I did is with a marker, I write on the top of there 52-week money challenge, and then I write what month it was. It's November being Thanksgiving month. My first year I started was 2018, and I went to Thanksgiving of 2019, and I seen what I accumulated that year. I think I did about I did like 1,000. I did like 1,100 that year, and then I went from Thanksgiving of 2019 to June of this year, because I didn't go all the way to the year because I needed the money for something. It was something that came up, and I wanted it, and so I just kind of just went ahead and used the money for something versus going into the bank. So I went from November Thanksgiving to June of 2020, and then I started again from that year. So basically what I did was, like I say, you get these lids that you put on here that you seal tight on here. I got a little split that I put in here, and what I did is, let me show you what I do is, I'm gonna open this up. So there's a little split in here, basically. Put your money in and things like that. Drop your money in. Your money's inside the container, inside the bucket. Once this lid is on there, like I say, it got some rubber thing in there, and there's also a thing, when you first buy them, there's a strip that goes around it. So once you put this on, it won't come off unless you take that strip off. So that keeps you, like I say, keep you from going inside of the bucket. So this is what I like to do. See, sometimes I don't just drop ones, but I might drop like a 5 in there. I'll drop a 20 in here, and stuff like that. But this is like a little bit halfway. I don't know if you can see that. So in order to like really take the advantage of this actual bucket with what it can hold, I see a lot of people probably just drop their bill as a whole solid bill without folding it. Now, if you want to take advantage of the space that you have in this bucket, this is what you do. I found it more convenient to actually fold my ones. So when you take a one, you fold it again, and you have it like this. So you fit more inside of the bucket. So I don't know if you can see this right here. Let me show you this. So this is what you'll end up coming out with when you have more. You can put more into there like this and everything. So when you have your money folded, this bucket will hold like well over $1,000, and like actually a couple $1,000s in bills. So what I ended up doing when I saved mine from the first Thanksgiving from from November 2018 to November of 2019, the $1,100 that I have in here, basically, it was just only up to like right about up around here. Now I still had this much room that was left inside of the bucket. In order, I could have went another, I would say another 6 months continuously putting money in, and I probably would accumulate another $600 or so. But let me show you. Like I say, this is just when, like I say, when you fold the money up, you accumulate more inside of the bucket than if you would just straight put the money in unfolded. Because it's actually one of the things where you want to save as much as you can, and without having multiple buckets and things like that, it's just the best way to do it, in my opinion. So, like I say, when I come in the evening time, and whatever single ones that I have in my pocket, I make it a minimum habit of dropping $3 in that day. Now, if I don't have $3, now if I just have 1 or 2 singles, then I'll drop that anyway. I drop that in the bucket, and what I do is towards the end of the week, I'll drop an extra whatever amount that I need to inside of the bucket. So that's one way. I've actually done this with larger bills as well. But the larger bills I don't do inside of my bucket. I basically either put those inside of my safe or inside of the bank. So, just to kind of more safer being, with safety being all this money at home and stuff like that. But as far as the single ones, I think this is like the best method of saving with anybody that's trying to just start out saving, that have a hard time saving themselves or whatever. I also think that when you get in the habit of dropping that $1, $2, or $3 per day, it puts you in that habit. By the time you get within your first full month, you're going to be in a habit of actually dropping money every day. Because every day I look forward to making sure I drop my $3. Now, it's been times where I had like multiple, like $10 in ones from running around, running errands and different things like that all day, and I accumulated and changed a bunch of ones, and I had like $10, $15 in ones or whatever. So sometimes I'll put 5 ones to the side, and I might drop that whole $10 in ones, so that way it accumulates more faster or whatever. But if you just only got a minimum of $1 or $2, $3, go ahead and do that too. But the more the merrier. So like I say, that's just one of the things. This is actually from, when did I start this? This is actually from, I started this one summer of last year. So basically, I'm going from summer. I'm not going to stop at November of 21. I'm not going to stop there with this bucket. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and finish filling this bucket out, however long it takes. But I've actually started on a second bucket as well, because I started a second bucket, which is a clear bucket. It's a Home Depot bucket as well. But I started that bucket, which is a clear one, so I can have more of a visual what the content is on the inside. And I started that one in November. So basically, the reason behind that is this: if I go 1 year and I skip on putting money in, which is what I did in 2020. What I end up doing is I'll go ahead and start a second one, regardless if I've completed this one or not. And I'll go ahead and complete this one throughout however long it takes to fill this bucket. So that's what I'm end up doing. I'm gonna actually go ahead and continue this one out on a $3 per day fill up on this one for about, I would say, I don't know, throughout the next year and until it gets full or whatever. But I'm also going to be contributing on a regular basis to my second bucket as well. So basically now I have 2 buckets going. In my second bucket, basically I'm going to be doing ones, but I'm also doing larger bills as well. And that one, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do yearly on that, because for the simple fact is I'm going to be seeing how far I can go with that to get it all the way to the top. And I'm just going to see how long it's going to take to do that, with me being more bills that are higher than singles. So they're not just going to be single ones, they're going to be 5, 10s, and 20s. So that's how I'm going to be doing that. But I'm not going to keep this video too long. Like I say, this is just basically how to go ahead and get started with the single day challenge, the 52-week money day challenge right here. And like I say, I started this one in November of 2018, and I went 2019 is where I pulled the money, and I had $1,100 in there. And so I started again 2019, and I went to 2020 of June, which it wasn't even a whole year. And so now I'm starting again, and I'm also on the second bucket. But like I say, if you want to go ahead and get started on this and start saving money, no matter what your amount is, say you're a bad saver or whatever, but you have to start somewhere. And the best thing to do is just go ahead and start somewhere with just dropping like a single dollar, $2 or $3 or whatever. Yeah, if you start with a single dollar, you know, as you progress or whatever, you get in the habit of dropping money, bump it up a few more dollars or whatever. And, you know, another way of doing that is just, you know, pick up a little things, say for instance, little jobs you can do or whatever that really don't take too much time and effort to do or whatever, that you might get a little extra cash or whatever from doing extra little work around or whatever. And that whole thing just go towards putting into your bucket or whatever. So that's one way you can do it. But like I say, I'm gonna keep this video short, and this is my first video that I'm actually dropping. I want everybody to go ahead and, you know, let me know if you're doing this challenge too or whatever, whoever see this or whatever. I know a lot of people do the 52-week challenge. If you see it and you're actually doing this challenge, let me know what progress you're having with it, and what are you actually dropping into your bucket or coin change or whatever. Let me know. And then also, I don't know, let's grow together. That's my thing or whatever. So this is my first video. Again, my name is Eric, and I'm going to be dropping more videos. I don't know how often, but I'm going to be dropping more videos, and this to be that. So I appreciate everybody that watched this and comment or whatever. Like I say, this is the first video, and many of more to come. So appreciate y'all. Thanks a lot.